to Tumbleweed Adventures. A little bit of a different video today, not really an adventure video, but we're going to be doing a bit of an install video. As you can see, if you didn't watch our previous videos, we did mention that we picked up, we transferred some of our Baja lights from our old Ford Escape onto the Ranger here. We got the squadron lights down here in the lower grille, as well as these S2 Sport lights, ditch lights that we mounted onto the hood. So yeah, in this video I'm going to talk about how we installed those and where the mounting points are, and then we're also going to be hooking up the wiring into the kind of pre-installed or factory optioned auxiliary switch panel. If I can get this hood open here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. But there's a little junction box down here with some wires that I'll show you in a bit more detail later. But we can run our wires through there, and it goes onto an upfitter switch mounted onto the dash. So stay tuned and I'll show you what we'll be doing today. So I'll talk about the Baja Squadron lights that we got installed here. We decided to go with the lower grille portion. We've seen a lot of other builds out there that replace the fog light in the housing there, which actually looks pretty clean. But we wanted to keep the factory fog lights in place. So we just added it to this lower grille portion here. I'll talk about the install of the bracket. So just underneath here, there's these plastic tabs. So there was 4 of them along the lower grille here. We just had to pop those out. And then the bracket for the lights, simple install. We just went out and got some a nut and bolt to go through the hole there. Trying to focus here. But yeah, simple nut and bolt. You can just reach around here with your hand and put the nut on and then tighten that down. No drilling is required, so that was super nice. It gives a really clean look. And then with the wiring, I kind of pre-installed this on another day. I kind of wish I did an install video to show everyone, but all the wiring is tucked away on this frame here, and then the harness actually goes right behind this intercooler, and then I just zip tied it close to the radiator there, up to the frame, just to keep all the wiring nice and neat. Okay, so hopefully you can see with the light turned on here, but just underneath this plastic shroud, there's a small gap. Trying to get my phone in there so you can see. There's a tight little space here that you could run all the wires through. It's just right in front of the radiator, just behind the frame there. So we hooked up the harness through that hole, not really visible. It's a lot cleaner of a look. And then that way we can run the wiring down to the upfitter switches down here. So I'll pop this open for you. So that's the little fuse box for it. These are the 6 upfitter switches, and then each one has a different fuse in there. So just be aware of kind of what your lights need for fuses, because they're not all the same. That's in the manual. I'll try to locate it later, put it up on the screen to show you which switches have what fuse in them. But super convenient. Okay, so my phone was overheating, so the video kind of just shut off. But what we have here is we cut off the harness to the lights. Try to get this focus. So we don't need this anymore. All we needed was the positive and the negative wire. So I went ahead and connected everything together. The positive went to the upfitter switches. These are the wires for it. These are the other 3 switches that we're not using right now. It's just capped off, so when you do need it, you just have to cut the wire and then splice everything together. Really simple. So down below there, we have everything grounded to the frame. I might buy some new connectors so it's not so ghetto janky looking, but that'll do for now. And then we also went ahead and did the ditch lights up here. So this is the harness for the ditch lights. So for the Baja S2 Sport lights, we have this hood mount. It's kind of like a little clasp that hooks onto the back of the hood here. So just some Allen key screws that help mount the bottom. Kind of hard to focus with my phone here, but simple little mount. What we did notice on our Ford Escape was this screw, or this bolt that comes down, started touching the hood of the Escape, and when we tightened it down, it kind of wore off a bit of paint. So to prevent that from happening on our Ranger here, we double stacked some washers. So now the bolt no longer touches the hood. I'll probably have to buy new washers because these are getting a little bit old and rusty. But even with this rubber protector, hopefully it doesn't wear down the paint. And then it just attaches onto the light with these Allen keys. But super easy to do. And there is enough room back here to run a wire through. So that was really cool. But everything is wired up. I extended the harness. This is the grounding wire for the S2 Sport lights. The red wire down there just runs to the auxiliary switch. So a little useful tip for everyone. There's not much room to work in here, especially when you're cutting wires and trying to splice things together. So what you could do is you could move this fuse box. It's just on 2 little clips here. Try to do it with one hand, but that just pops out on this side, and then this pops out of the little mount here, and then you can move this little fuse box around, give yourself more room. But yeah, just a little helpful hint for everyone. But I'm gonna tuck all the wiring away so it's not so visible down there, and then I'll show you the truck with the lights on. These are the Upfitter switches from factory. So right on the dash there, no install needed on the Tremor package. I'll put the key on ignition. So what happens when you flick these little lights on and off, they illuminate orange to indicate that it's on. And then normally when you're driving, they light up blue. Pretty cool that Ford put this in the Tremor package. Super convenient and really easy to install. But I'll show you what the Baja lights look like from the outside. Here's what it looks like with all the lights on. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. I just kept putting it off. So Mandy is actually on a cruise to Alaska. She'll be back in a couple of days. She went with her family. So I know she really wanted these lights on before, and I just kept putting off the wiring. So in a couple of days I'm gonna surprise her with this, and we'll see what her reaction is. But hopefully we get to try out the Baja Design lights when we go off-roading, and then that way we won't be limited to just our headlights and fog lights in the dark. But yeah, we'll see what she thinks of it in a couple days. Good morning, everybody. It's been a couple of days since the Baja light install, but it's Saturday morning right now, and Mandy's cruise ship just arrived. It's pretty early. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, so yeah, we're exhausted. But yeah, we're gonna drive and pick her up downtown. And Callie, what are you doing? Where are we going? Where are we going? We're gonna pick her up? Yeah? Yeah, she definitely knows what's going on. This is the longest Callie's been away from her, so I think she's pretty excited to go pick her up. And then I'll film the reaction because they have a very special bond. It's very cute. So yeah, we'll be on our way now. Takes about 20 minutes to get there, not too long.
It looks so good.
Yeah, so we use auxiliary 2 and 3. Does it look nice?